Okay.
You started? Okay, so while we as players have had a break, the recordings will probably all come together on their own. So we left off, just for the players' reminders, Captain's head got exploded by a bolt pistol round. There was a blackout of Alexandra, and when she came to, she was walking towards the Master of Whispers, able and willing. And go fucking figure that. We lost Frosty?
We lost Frosty and somebody's phone is ringing.
Yes, my phone is ringing frustratingly. Now, Jess, are you tugging a Bobob around? No? Bobob, you're jumping around?
No, I just ended up in channel 2 all of a sudden.
Huh.
When I got disconnected.
Yes. But in any event, I was just saying that Alexandra walked towards Able and Willing after blowing up the captain's head. There was a investigation, not investigation. They just checked up to see what the status was of the explosive device and basically let the tech priests handle things again after Alexandra looted the heretic item and headed back to the bridge. And now, I believe, Alexandra, you had the floor when you reached the bridge?
Yes. I was about to finish up the announcement of who I'm going to be choosing as captain. I think that's where we left it off.
What gives you the right to choose someone as captain, though?
All three of them have been going like, we need leadership, and I'm a third party.
Jess wants to do an interruption, apparently. Jess is apparently going to type something, possibly in private, considering... but I think... Okay, Jess is sending me a private message in talks. But while that's taking place, Cox, Alexandra has returned to the bridge after blowing up the captain's head. Joe?
I got people talking to me. Sorry, could you repeat that?
Alexandra has returned to the bridge after exploding the captain's head.
Okay.
And Able and Willing is there with her.
Alexandra, Master of Whispers. I take it the situation has been resolved.
Captain has been forcibly retired, and she is no longer a danger to the Omega.
I understand. We should prepare funeral rites. She was still our captain. Wait, no. I still need a little minute to get that box here.
Sorry, Joe, your audio is getting kind of warbled.
1 second. Does this bring any improvement?
Try again?
Did this do anything?
Yes, that's much better. Great.
Okay. So, Cox will nod and just kind of sigh. Well, with that taken care of, we should finally be able to get the Omega back in order.
There's only one issue left after everything that's happening today. We still need to finalize going to take command.
Indeed. That's just the only thing on the tech priest's mind anymore, so best get this little thing out of the way.
At the moment, who is left that is in the chain of... who is left alive after everything that has happened today that is next to take leadership officially?
There's myself. The Master of Whispers and the Tech and the Engine Seer Prime. And I do believe this Tech Priest is trying to get our attention with its beeps.
Master of Whispers, you've been very quiet. Have you been whispering this whole time?
No, I've been just been polite and letting the Lieutenant Commander Cox finish his speech, since it's so impolite to talk over other people.
Cox, did you have anything further to add?
For now, no. He's just going to start going over plans to what's the word?
Reassert control of the forces on the ship?
That's it. Thank you.
Before we do that, there is some stuff that needs to be understood before we decide on captainship. If we get a unified leader, if we can get a leader that people can unify on and focus on, a lot of the dissenters should calm down. What needs to be understood is that while this is a military vessel, it is still under the jurisdiction and control of the Inquisition. Both of you still understand that.
Perfectly.
And
Cox?
bring another Inquisitor on board.
Well, maybe this time they will really bring an Inquisitor down. But if Inquisition needs it.
The moment the ship, it's my belief, at the moment until this ship can be repaired and everything on it situated back under control, then it would be what is the one I'm trying to think of?
Navy command?
No, it was like granted. I think it's the proper term of what I'm thinking of.
Well, what's the sentence?
The ship would be given, granted, controlled by, ruled by, to an inquisitor of the going to an inquisitor that it would be chosen at a later date or something like that.
No offense, but I think it's far more likely that once Battlefleet has finally sorted out all their issues with us, we're going to get a new captain from them who is not going to be of the best reputation. It may not have been true, but we are still branded a traitor vessel, and as such, old grudges die hard. We'll still be seen with scorn, and they'll likely just dump someone on us they want to get rid of.
Do not have to be, which I am not going to allow that. The history of this ship would not be dragged into the mud any further if I can have anything to do about it. And I'm not really happy with the decisions I have experienced with Naval Command. So I'm going to try get the title of traitor removed from this ship, but it would still need to be in service of the Inquisition. Is why I will have it promoted within, and then we would take care of getting better staff and better resources from there. First, we need to calm this ship and make sure we have no more fiascos like what has happened today.
And
I
at this
totally
point,
agree.
At this point, the internal Vox system will play a tune, basically getting everyone's attention, and a very Vox crackly mechanical voice will state, the renegade captain has fallen, and control of the towering Omega shall return to the hands of the Adeptus Mechanicus as repairs are resumed. Servitors across the ship suddenly go into a sort of aggressive stance, including the ones here on the bridge.
What the?
Damn tech priest!
I just had to tempt fate with that last statement, didn't I?
Cox will get on the... Cox will get onto the intercom, and... yeah, he's gonna be very loud. Tech priest! What in the world is this?
Is Tech Priest responding? Your voice is raised once more, Commander Cox. Do you require assistance?
I require answers from you. What the hell do you think you're trying to do? Declaring the ship under Mechanicus control? You do not have the authority to take over the ship like this. The Master of Whispers and myself have just as much authority as you and just as much right to lead.
Okay, Joe, remember this is Alexandra's show.
I know, I'm waiting for Bobo to do something.
I was in the middle of chewing the ice. Cox, stand down. What I've seen today, you and the Magos do not get along, and I do not need any rash more decisions. There's been enough blood this day.
Give a roll, Bobob.
Man?
Do something.
Wait, I'll just do a random roll then, because I'm not sure what I need to roll.
Okay, Cox, Alexandra does have quite a few bonuses to command, so are you going to acquiesce? Do you want to roll for this, or are you going to be bullheaded?
I'll acquiesce, because I tend to roll good generally on D100, so I don't want to accidentally beat him and drag this on.
Coming from the Vox on Fran, in the Magos voice, indeed, Commander Cox, you are far too emotional around me.
His finger's hovering over the intercom again, but he's not doing anything right now. Although he's clearly pissed.
Magos, will you kindly explain as to why you decided to supersede your jurisdiction and take command by your orders of this vessel?
don't know what Frosty just typed.
Voxomophone?
Oh,
Saxophone.
I see. Simpsons reference.
Simpsons reference entwined in a
40K.
reference.
Yes.
Yeah.
My jurisdiction falls to the repair of this vessel, a task which has been impeded and threatened on numerous occasions. I have analyzed the encounter between you and the captain and have determined the risk to the ship is far too great to allow such searching databases for wording stand by improper measures to be taken on board the ship.
You believe you have the right to supersede the authority of the Inquisition.
The Adeptus Mechanicus does not fall under the purview of the jurisdiction of the Inquisition, or has Master Alexander forgotten the political nature of our two organizations' agreements?
I'm pretty sure Alex would not know of that.
Yeah, you'd have to make a roll. So technically, Jess, that's a lie. So you'd have to make a roll as well, Jess.
I don't even think the Magos would understand. Would know
politics of that magnitude would not be revealed to her.
Yeah.
And fluff I've read suggests that even the Mechanicus needs to, well, doesn't need to so much as the rest of the Imperium, but they'd be fucking idiots not to bow to the Inquisition in a given situation. Because right in the original Dark Heresy rulebook, chapter 9, I believe it was, stating that while it's turbulent, there is the Inquisition's hold over the Mechanicus is still there just for the political reasons. The Mechanicus doesn't want to piss off the Inquisition. Same note, the Inquisition doesn't want to piss off the Mechanicus, but they will tell the Mechanicus to fall in line when shit gets real. But that doesn't mean your Magos necessarily has to believe that. And your Magos might assume Alexandra doesn't know, or, Well, you've already seized control of the ship. I think it's appropriate for your Magos to either assume that A, the Inquisition doesn't have authority over the Mechanicus, or B, she's wanting to just do the most logical thing to get repairs done on the ship, and so she's telling Alexandra that the Inquisition doesn't have authority over her as part of the Mechanicus because the Magos wants to get repairs done to the ship.
Okay.
So, Alexandra, your knowledge in this case, however...
no forbidden knowledge at all.
Not forbidden knowledge, correct, but you do have... give me a Scholastic Lore Tactica and a Common Lore Tech.
Okay. Tactics. Heck.
No, you don't have any information that would immediately grant you an advantage here, but on a military vessel, the Mechanicus taking control is extra problematic, although technically this ship is in limbo as far as military status.
Would that role give any idea for the Mr. Willing of the situation, or the truthfulness of the Magus?
Sorry, I'll tell you in a minute, Frosty. Jess was... that was out of character. Okay. So, I'm going to send something to Frosty, but in the meantime, what's taking place, Alexandra?
Okay, Magos, as this is a military vessel under the command of the Inquisition, you have no authority to supersede anything for the repairs of this ship. You must understand that what you're doing will cause even more damage of this ship than what has already happened this day if this continues. Where is your... Logically, you must understand that I cannot allow this to proceed.
Give me a rollable, Bob.
Oh, there's Frosty going bye-bye again. Oh,
yeah.
Fucking hell.
Frosty, your connection timed out.
In map tools?
Yes.
Okay. What the fuck?
Welcome back, Frosty. Jess is typing something.
The more I think about it, the more I think it's not the TeamSpeak or the map tools that have a problem, but the Hamachi.
Yeah.
Because
Good
those
guess.
two things I keep dropping out. At
And we
least
are
lately.
connecting through them, yeah. Or it's your new fob.
Well, it hasn't done that in Skype or Steam or
Yeah.
League. Well, only once in League.
I thought there was at least 2 times we lost you in League. But the military was unable to protect the ship from assault. The military was unable to repel the boarders. The military could not deal with the crisis with the renegade captain. The ship was moments from destruction. The odds of success for your previous encounter were so minuscule, I would advise against such a risk in the future for the sake of the Omega.
And yet, I did still succeed in ending the threat. You must understand, what you're doing could be perceived as this ship going rogue and will bring more damage and destruction upon it by your actions.
The damages to generator from your battle were almost catastrophic in itself. It is prudent to prevent such risk to the Omega as repairs are completed.
Yes. And your actions have brought this current risk to the Omega. You do not for a second think of what would be the response for anything you have just done. And if you care to remember, I still have the device that seemed to have made your defenses rather moot.
I would have to disagree with... Did you just say captain? Yes, okay. I'd have to disagree with you, Alexandra Romanov. We have a presence now in all critical areas of the ship, affording us the freedom to make such repairs without any further interference. My actions have just ensured the Omega's safety. Do you still care to offer disagreement in those regards?
The repairs of the ship fall in order, but you... Okay. Okay.
No?
Okay.
Well, while we'll say in character the Magos had to sever the connection due to a containment issue in the engines. So Cox, Willings, and Alexandra, you have a moment to do some discussing.
Okay. I sent you a message, by the
Yes,
way.
I'm typing out an answer.
Okay. So, Ms. Romanov, what are you going to do if she won't yield? Are you just going to let her take the ship?
No. You forget, she did mention that all tech priests and servitors would seem to be malfunctioning when the captain attacked it. I still have in my possession the heretical device that caused it.
Well,
Welcome back, Jess. I'm just saying that there was a momentary hiccup with the connection with the Magos, so I'm giving them a chance to talk while Fran is buffering, basically.
well, whatever your plans are, Ms. Romanov, I would suggest you do them quickly. I'm getting more and more reports of attacks by the servitors and tech priests of attacking people who are not yielding.
I do not have the manpower to deal with all of these attacks. They're too spread out, and the tech priests are too numerous. Not to mention that at any point they could probably cut intercommunications, and that would be the end of everything. Fortunately, I have to leave the matter in your hands.
Before I say this, do either of you know of a way I can have this? And Alex doesn't have the tech knowledge to do this, but do we have any way to magnify the signal from this device if it's possible?
There's a tech priest breaking the site.
BT, you modified my sheet. Did I have tech use?
It would only be
Even
basic, and you do not have archaeotech knowledge.
Okay, fair enough.
Or Xenos
I'm just
knowledge.
asking. Unfortunately, no. You need to get that either. You need to either talk her down or get that device close to her and make her yield. It's the only option.
I could have not. I would do this. Magos, are you reading me?
Greetings, Alexandra Romanov.
Guys, you must understand what you're doing. I cannot allow to happen. You are within your right to make sure the repairs are done, but the way you are going about it is too much of a risk to everything else. I am going to have to request that you do this, or actions must be taken. In case you... I'll wait to reply.
Please explain. I do not see how this increases the risk to the situation. I've mitigated the risks to the ship.
Mitigated by... Once the ship was just in the middle of a riot, was on the verge of destroying itself, and your actions have just increased that again by having all these people feel threatened. They are going to respond with violence, and they are going to attack every servitor and tech priest they can get their eyes on for this, and the repairs will not be done, and more destruction, damage to the ship will prevail from it. I cannot have this happen. Now stand down, and we can solve this issue without any more violence.
They would fail in their attempts. That, and without us, the ship would never be repaired. I fail to see the logic in your argument. Well, go ahead and give me a logic roll.
Alright.
Okay.
Not trained in logic.
Mm-hmm. Let me think. Give me a tactics roll. Okay, so you could potentially ask for Cox to give you a readout of where his men are positioned, and ask Willing for a readout on where his men are positioned, and you could attempt to coordinate a strike of some sort. What would be your target if you were to do something like that? And let me see here. Give me also a common law war roll. Very nice. So, in a conflict, directly attacking a target is not always one way to defeat them. You could also hit strategic locations that have significant meaning to those targets. For example, if you were fighting against a group that needed food to feed their soldiers, you could attack the warehouses storing that food and basically rout them by starving their soldiers.
I don't know enough about the mechanics out of character to know what's sacred to them except the shrines.
Well, the tech priest has been stating that she believes she has everything under control, that her people, or her servitors and tech priests killing regular human beings to keep the ship safe is a acceptable loss. And, well, she hasn't said that explicitly. It has been implied that the ship is more important to her than the crew.
Trying to think here. I don't think 40k ships have a self-destruct.
Oh, they would.
Oh, they would?
Definitely. You would not want to let a Imperial ship get into the hands of Chaos, for example. If you're being boarded by Chaos Marauders, Captain's orders could detonate the entire warp core from the bridge, potentially.
Yeah, well, like, hope I can get this working then, because this is the only choice I have. I can think of getting her, because this only shit seems to be the only thing considered. Magos, do you happen to know what the traditional military response is if someone in charge is about to lose their vessel to either Xenos or heretics themselves?
Of course, Alexander Romanov, there are many options afforded to the captain. However, I assume you're referring to one in particular.
Yes. I am pretty oh. Oh. Hmm? Oh, okay. This vessel has already almost been lost by those who were mistaken, those who have lost their faith, and have, well, not faith, doing that.
Way?
Lost their way. I am not about to lose this ship to another group of people who have lost their way. My only response is, if you do not stand down and get in line, I will be forced to use my inquisitorial authority to end this ship.
Whoa. Don't be hasty. Don't be crazy.
Sending a message to Joe.
Apparently I have my own little Cox Brigade.
Commander Cox has done nothing of the sort. The Rose has lost his way with the captain, the former captain. She believes that the only way to save this ship was by destroying the drive core and purging it from all suddenly brain fart, from all of reality. She believed that was the only choice given to her because of her foolishness, which is what you are doing now. You believe your authority supersedes those of both the Emperor and the Machine Spirit.
Omnissiah.
Omnissiah.
So you would destroy the ship in order to repair the ship? Must I explain why such a solution would not yield the anticipated results?
You can repair the body, but what you are doing is tainting its soul. Your actions do not do the history of this ship any justice. You think with this ship's history, it would welcome what you are doing this day?
The ship would gladly welcome being brought back into the former glory by rightful servants of the Messiah. Even one uninitiated like yourself should be able to see that no spirit would wish to remain as wounded or damaged as the Omega is now. We are ensuring its rehabilitation from this crisis. Are you attempting to infer our work to repair is in fact damaging the ship? Curious assessment.
Look at what your work to repair it is causing and leading us for. Where is the logic? Did you not think that there would not be a response to your actions? You know, you are still leaving with no choice in this matter of what you are doing.
No choice as to what, Alexander Romanov?
Use my authority of the Inquisition to activate the Omega self-destruct.
Aren't you being a bit of a extreme here, Miss Romanov? I mean, I agree, letting her take control of the ship is outrageous, but blowing up the ship?
Joe, have you received any of the messages I sent you in TeamSpeak?
Oh, you're sending them in TeamSpeak? I was waiting for them in Talks. I actually managed to get the sounds to stop in TeamSpeak, so I never knew anything came through.
Sorry.
Okay,
but
I was going to...
you'll have to let us know how to fix TeamSpeak's audio sometime.
Yeah, I was going to turn to, at this, I was going to turn to Cox, and Vince was like,
Could you
And
repeat that?
down. Alexandra was just gonna, as she was making the statement, she was just gonna look in Talks. She was gonna look in Cox's and Willing's direction and just go like, not act yet.
He'll bite his hand.
That's
No,
the
and
highest.
she did state that I was not aware you had such authority. I did not realize you were an inquisitor.
I'm not going to correct it, but I'm not going to outright admit it. I'm just going to say, as the highest ranking inquisitorial representative on the ship at this moment, the authority falls to me. Pretty sure even your mechanic will order your servitors and your tech priests to stand down on any violent actions and just focus on repairs. Is that understood?
Very long answer for is that understood? You offer insurance that their work will face no further impedance, rather risks as we have. Time is of no concern, but the setbacks and risk of damage have been unacceptable.
That is understandable. Cox, you will order your men to do no reprisals against the Mechanicus.
Joe?
Sorry, what was that? I lost you for a second.
Cox, Alex was ordering you to have no reprisals done against the Mechanicus.
Understood. And he will get on the intercom and tell all soldiers to stand down and not attack any servitor or tech priest for the moment. Until
But
further
can you
orders
cross
from
them?
us.
Now, Magos, I am tired of speaking through a secondary to you. You will send this. Oh,
She did say she would be to the bridge shortly, or momentarily.
yeah.
So.
That's why I was saying it's going to send this Fen to focus. Get his. Excellent. You may send this unit, whatever, I'm going to refer to this. You may send this tech priest on its way, and I will speak to you when you arrive. You need as many tech priests as you can to fix this ship as quickly as you can. Trying to just get her out of the room so I can say something without the maggots overhearing is what I'm trying to do. I'm going to assume that's out of character.
Not necessarily, but
Yeah. Okay. Now you two. I believe both of you were rather annoyed by what I just had to did. You must be assured I was only doing and saying what I could to get her to stand down. And look, she stood down.
I will not have the Omega fall into the Mechanicus' hands.
Are you sure you can trust her? Again, after that kind of stunt, I mean, she was openly killing people.
Yes.
What stops her
And
doing
if
that
she
again?
doesn't get in, if she doesn't get in line, I have this. You just described it as a box with a. You described it as just a box with a single button on it, right?
Not so much a box, but an oddly shaped. I don't have a picture for it, but it is not of Imperial design, but it is a small handheld object with a single button.
So it looks like it's really simple to use.
Yeah, there's pointy prongs at one end and a kind of a hand grip at the other end where the button is.
Okay. Well, I understand this is the heretical device that the captain used to force the servitors and the other tech priest when she was going for the drive core to malfunction. He gets out of line, I will force her in line.
Let's pray to Emperor that it works.
And where is this meeting going to take place? Just on the bridge or somewhere in particular?
I would say this is going to be taken in a private manner, so we're going to be taking care of this in the original meeting room.
Okay, and who's going to be present?
Pretty much the only people who are in charge and can make the decisions right now, which is, I'm going to say at least... I'm probably going to say... Actually... Unless they are absolutely needed, it is going to be me, the Magos, Willing, Cox, and his members of the command staff that can be spared at the moment.
Well, the Master of Ordnance is basically taking over for Cox at organizing deployment of forces. Cox, is your standing orders to keep an eye on the Mechanicus or leave them alone entirely?
Keep an eye on them, but don't take any offensive measures.
Alexander, do you want to supersede the Harry Cox? Bob?
I'm gonna go like... You men will just stand down. I do not need the Magos to think at all that we are going to do anything. Your men will stand down completely as I ordered.
Well, there are still other rioting, rebellious people.
Well, I mean,
I'm saying this to Joe.
Okay. Yeah, at least I mean versus the Mechanicus situation.
Could you repeat that? Bobo went over you and I couldn't understand
Okay. There are also still ratings and crew members that are still frantic, that are not military. So there is still work for your men to do. The question is, are you going to put them under, how much are you going to obey Alexandra?
What was Alexandra's orders?
Don't even look at the Mechanicus, basically. Let them do what they need to do.
Let them do it and repair the ship as best they can. But other things your men need to be taken care of than keeping an eye on the Mechanicus.
Well, from what I've seen, the tech priest is way too straightforward to try an underhanded tactic, like having the tech priests attack while we're in the meeting. So, yeah, he will assign soldiers to go try and quell the riots if he can. Plus, they can use that as sort of a show of good faith. See these guys who are no longer rioting, looting, and breaking more of the ship? You're welcome. You want to be a little civil here?
And Master of Whispers, you are still receiving some communiques that are encoded stating that Jemadar's people are still trying to repel the tech priests from the lower decks.
I will relay to Ms. Romanov that our friends on the lower deck are are also having some problems with the tech priest. You probably should take care of that, unless you want to really lose the control of this ship.
The Magos get here, I would tell her to send her people out of the lower decks until that situation can be taken care of.
I'm going to split the recording here.
Okay.